Hello, fellow Neopians, and happy Jetsam Day. I have a pick a card tarot for you all. You can go off based of what color Jetsam you have or what your favorite color Jetsam is, or if you are here for a tarot reading, you don't have to have a Jetsam. That's okay too. From left to right, we will be going through the piles as 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can jump ahead to whichever pile is calling your name. Or if you have calling to multiple, if you want a little bit more details, I can let you know about what these piles are before you make your decision. Pile 1 is a classic art of RWS, the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's probably what you're most used to seeing a tarot card deck look like. So if you've never seen a tarot deck, this is probably what you're going to expect. Our second pile with the bones on the back is our Wise Dog Tarot. This is a lovely deck. It's got the energy of a golden retriever, but it's also happy to be hugged in the crying times. It's a lovely deck. The purple deck is deck number 3. It's called the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's a beautiful watercolor art deck. It's gorgeous. I'm still getting to know this deck a little bit, so I can't fully tell you what you're to expect within that reading. And then finally at the end with the Paw Prints is the Mystical Cats Tarot. If you feel called to this deck, I highly recommend that you go to this deck. If you do not feel called to this deck in any way, shape, or form, the Cat's Tarot tends to not want to have a message for you unless you have chosen it. Just as a full warning, it's very cat-like in that way. At this point, if you know where you're going, go ahead and jump ahead. We're going to start with pile 1. I'll see you in a moment. Hello, this is Afterthought Sam. I am realizing I never told you guys that I'm using a spread this week. I don't usually use spreads for my Neopets readings, so I just wanted to let you know that when I was deciding to do Jetsams, it felt like it needed a 5-card spread, and I went to hunting for a good 5-card spread, and I found one in 1001 Tarot Spreads by Cassandra Eason, I believe. This is from Sterling Ethos Publishing, and it's the number 47 within that book. So if that is of interest to you, or maybe you were wanting to try this yourself, that is where I found the spread. So happy taroting. Otherwise, here we go, just pile 1. We're finally starting. Hello, pile 1. We're looking at the Rider-Waite-Smith art, this classic art, and we will be seeing what we have in store. I did zoom out a little bit so that we can put this spread out in a way that will make sense for certain connections to happen. We have the Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, the Fool, and the Page of Pentacles. Now the Page of Swords, the High Priestess are both reversed. Reversed? Did I say that correctly? And I'm sorry, I have a sniffly nose. I'm gonna try to remember to blow it in between things, but ooh, I don't know. You seem to be what I'm understanding, at least, from this, is that there is a young energy that's like wanting to start something new. And this is some sort of curiosity you've had. Maybe you're trying to like do a new hobby or something, but the Two of Cups suggests that this is a new relationship you're interested in connecting to, maybe starting a new partnership. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. Maybe it's a new friendship that would introduce new creative things. Potentially, especially with this High Priestess, it's if you are religious, this could be like a belief in spirits or even just your self-growth. This is going to be a huge momentous step that you might feel like isn't going to happen because you are choosing to do this new relationship, that this growth in this intuition that you may have worked on will be halted or slowed down, or like a brakes are going to be slammed on it. That's not necessarily what's going to happen. I think it's actually what's really going to happen is that it's going to flip it and put the gas on it, and you're going to feel like you can actually do it again. And with the Fool, this is a new beginning. You should jump into this. You should be doing this. What's going to be the outcome is that you're going to be able to do that new thing. It's wonderful. I'm very excited for you on this. This is a great opportunity. I hope it works out for you. Don't be too worried though about all of it. I'm excited about these pages. I'm going to look at my notes quick. I have some notes next to me just because there's so much out there that's cool to learn about this stuff. And that you have 2 pages show up in a 5-card spread. What? That's insane. So there is a book out there that is called Tarot for the Green Witch, and multiples of cards, typically 3 or more if something is very significant, but with the court cards it's very significant that you are seeing 2 pages or 2 queens or 2 kings or whatever. So 2 pages is a sign of I think in this particular situation with the Cup and the Fool and the High Priestess is that this isn't entertaining of gatherings. Maybe you're doing the entertaining and you're not sure about it. This is going to open up wonderful opportunities for you. And I think it'll spark something that you have been missing for a long time. There's some stuck creative energy. There's some stuck intuition. If you do like divination of any sort, that might feel like you're at a standstill. These new relationships will help. So I'm hoping this is going to be fun and wonderful. You're about to jump off into a new adventure, just as a full warning. And there's always bumps and things with that. I think though it'll be wonderful. I think it'll be magnificent. And I think it'll do very well. I think it'll go very well. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for joining me. Hello, Pile 2. You have chosen the Wise Dog Tarot. We'll see if these cards fit. I highly doubt it. Oh, 10 of Cups in reverse. The Fool. 9 of Swords. The Death card. Oh, they're not quite gonna fit. I'm so sorry, everyone. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right. Well, I think there is some... You're unhappy. Or something doesn't feel like it's working out. This could be that you're starting something new, especially the Fool tends to have a new journey ahead of them, new beginning. Could be spontaneity, but I think this is something new that's starting and you're not super excited about it. There seems to be some underlying anxiety about this new thing. I just want you to know it's okay. And the Death card is one of my favorite cards, to be perfectly honest, in the tarot. I love the Death card. So whenever it comes into a reading, I always think it's a wonderful thing and a nice reminder that it's okay to let go. Often it's the past. Sometimes it's hurt feelings. Especially if you're unhappy right now, there's probably something causing that. And know that it's okay to let go and allow new beginnings to start. It's okay to let yourself go on a new journey. That's all right. It's totally fine. If you do this, if you are able to let go, I think some of that anxiety will leave. If you have like, you know, chronic, if you're diagnosed with anxiety, I think that it won't necessarily leave forever. But if this is a new thing where it's, if this is just like a current situation anxiety, I think this can leave with you understanding that it's okay, that something's end. And if you need to grieve that something is ending, that's okay. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's old place you lived, where, you know, maybe your house was, where you grew up, where something you loved mattered deeply to you. I think that's really important. I'm just noticing there's monarch butterflies on 4 of these cards. It's a time of changing. You are gonna turn into a fabulous butterfly. And the fun thing is, it's not on this card that I'm pulling this anxiety from, this worry. It's on all of the other cards, which show me that those are the cards that are showing me wonderful things coming. A monarch butterfly might not mean as much to you as it does to me. Monarch butterflies are a sign of hope. I got to raise one in like 1st grade and stuff. And so to me, seeing them on these cards, I want you to know that change is possible. And that if you are unhappy because you are sick, someone close to you is sick, and that the death card is almost scary to you, that might be the action that happens, is that somebody in your life will die. And I'm sorry if that's the case. I hope you find peace. I hope you find peace within this. If you believe in reincarnation, they will come back. If you believe in heaven and hell, they get to keep on living. And if nothing else, their body gets to return to the earth, become nourishment for a bunch of cool bugs and worms and the ground and plants, and it's wonderful. And they get to rule an earthly place. And they get to give back and give to the world, hopefully more than they did in, hopefully more, because they were giving in life, they will also be giving in death. And for those of you where death is not going to be physical, I'm happy, but I do want you all to know that this is a wonderful thing. Change is good. There's a lot of new beginnings here. And it's hard. So, thank you, Pile 2, for allowing me in. I hope that something may have been of peace. I'm not very good with comforting words, unfortunately. But thank you, Pile 2, for allowing me to be part of this. Hello, Pile 3. You have chosen the Shadowscapes Tarot. I'm very excited about this. I love this deck so much. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. It's just a beautiful deck. The 4 of Swords. 7 of Cups. 7 of Wands. And 7 of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. Great. We have a lot of 7s happening. This is going to be interesting, I think. I think this will be very interesting. So, we're starting off with the 3 of Pentacles. it seems that there's some teamwork happening, but you are in need of isolation. It's possible that you're working with other people, but you would like to have some time to rest and recuperate. The Three of Pentacles suggests that it's probably a work thing, but it could be anything in life, to be honest. Maybe it's finances even. With the Pentacles just suggests like a material, worldly item quite often. But that's not necessarily the case always. Maybe you see somebody in that figure that is tiring you out, and that's what you are relating to. The Four of Swords just suggests to me that you should rest from that situation, or that you would like to at least. Not necessarily that you... I'm not sure what I'm saying, to be honest. But rest is on your mind. You would love some rest right now. I think you feel like that's so far away, though. That it's nowhere close to you, and that it's not gonna happen. You might have to fight for this. The one thing with fighting for this, when you try to fight for what you want, is that sometimes you end up feeling victorious, but somebody else will feel betrayed, or sometimes nobody comes away winning. Sometimes you just feel betrayed overall. I want to look at I'm going to look at some notes quick from Tarot for the Green Witch. Since we have 3 sevens, that seems very significant. I have some notes from that book about multiples. Contracts, help from associates and friends. Okay. This is a time to really lean in on those relationships. That would make sense. You're tired and it's hard to do. All of a sudden you're now looking at everybody around you, and everybody else probably looks like they have it together. It feels far away. You don't. I think you just want to sleep, and it feels like you are standing, reaching at an island, being like, I want to go there, I want to be there, but everybody around you is almost twisting and fighting like this fox and batter, just like, what are we, like, let's stop doing this kind of a thing. The problem is that if this continues where you're going to keep cycling around each other, is that people end up hurt. And these friendships, these relationships are important. I think you know they're important, but because you're tired, and you're tired of having to collaborate or work with other people constantly, I think you're going to have this collaboration or teamwork feel like a betrayal at some point. I don't know much past that. It kind of stops there, which is interesting. All I see is that you are tired, you want to sleep, but there's a lot of continuous fighting. This continuous fighting is just not the best path unless you're okay with, which in tired state you may feel like it's okay to lose relationships, but as somebody who's broken relationships in that way, it usually is not what you would like to do. I highly suggest that you try to actually talk it out, work it out. I know common ground feels almost like it's hard to do. I don't know if you can really see it, but the one on the left in this image, let me see if I can focus it. The one on the left and the one on the right are looking in opposite directions. They're doing completely different things. And you might feel this way with the people around you, that there's different goals, there's different things happening, It might be something that you don't even notice, but now as you're realizing. I'm hoping that it gets figured out. I'm hoping that you are able to realize that you both want to go. You're both trying to get to the same place, but you're both trying to figure out how to get there differently. If you are the person on the left of that card, you are like, there it is, let's just head towards it, however that is. But if you're the person with the map, you're trying to figure out what the fastest way logically makes sense. And you're both trying to do the same thing, but you're not getting there. So, I hope this helps. I wish you the best of luck. I think communication is one of the hardest things as a human, personally, but I hope it works out well. Good luck. Good luck, Pile 3. Hello, Pile 4, and welcome. You've chosen the Mystical Cats Tarot. It's very excited that you chose it. Let's see. We have the Ace of Sky, the Sun in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, Earth King in reverse, and Sky Tom in reverse. All right. Something feels blocked in your... Something feels stuck. And it's probably relationships. You're probably feeling very victorious. You might be trying to figure out what the next step is, especially off of a win. What are you going to do next kind of idea. Don't let that become arrogance, though. That never... Arrogance can end up being a lot to deal with. You don't want to feel like you know it all. If you have a significant other, try to lean into that relationship right now. I'm not seeing any cup cards here, which is a little concerning that emotionally you might be distanced from yourself. You might be emotionally distancing from other people. But there is, maybe it's an intentional detachment from your emotions, but this seems to be affecting others. So we're looking at somebody who might be very significantly close to you that you have kind of pushed away within this lax push to victory that you've had. Hopefully that's not something that can't be fixed. Hopefully it is fixable. This could be even like a past relationship is nagging at you that wants to, like, that you keep thinking about. This also might be that you're just lonely. You may feel very lonely, so you're feeling kind of arrogant, and you're acting out arrogantly, I should say. You need to figure out where your inner discipline, how to control that again, or how to allow... There's a lack of emotions here, and that's concerning to me, and I think part of it is that you need to start to figure out how to allow your emotions to properly enter back in. There is a lack of creativity right now. That feels like it's just that you probably this last victory, this breakthrough, this whatever, may have had a creative solution to it. It doesn't feel like you're lacking creativity right now. It just feels like you're lacking emotion. And while there's probably happiness because you're doing something really well, things are going very good, I think there's also a point of an untapped underlying, it's not sadness. I just know it is a negative emotion, and it could just be a negative emotion to you that you don't want to feel, but is not a bad thing to feel. Something is there that's just not willing to be said. I think that if you allow to let go a little bit of the control of everything you have, you will find that you won't be potentially making as hasty of a next, like something will fall into place just at the right moment. It won't feel rushed. It won't feel like you're like your cat that's sprung too early for their bird. That's the idea. That's where hastiness is coming from, is this card where this Tom has leapt for the bird too early and is now going to miss it. If you can kind of figure out how, and if this is in like a team setting, if this is work, if you're in charge of a team and you have allowed, and you've been like really on them, and now this project came through and it's wonderful, and now you're moving on to the next thing, and you're exhausted or tired and just want to take a nap in the sun kind of idea, or just like want to cuddle up with somebody, you need to allow yourself to allow other people to take control of stuff and be in charge of things, and allow them to help you. You don't always have to help others. You can be helped. You do a lot, pile 4. There's a lot you do. I really hope that that is a wonderful and good thing, that you realize that you're helpful, but you also need to allow others to help you. That's very important here. I think you can do this, pile 4. I believe. And I hope you have a good time learning this and trying to let it happen, because I think there'll be quite a bit of resistance from you. Good luck, pile 4. Good luck. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Happy Jetsam Day to my fellow Neopians. I hope you are enjoying the new Jetsam color. I haven't seen it yet. These are recorded in advance, so who knows? Who knows my feelings upon it? But I am excited. I love Jetsams, so this is very exciting for me. One of my favorite days. So I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, and stay magical.